All right, good afternoon. It is the 30th of December, right? So I haven't been on the charts because I made a conscious decision not to trade during this time. But there's something interesting that came up today that I thought I should at least do a video about, and it's the charts here that I'm seeing on silver. Gold and platinum is sharing the same similar chart. So these commodities, these assets, they are trading the same, right? You can see they had a massive pullback here, massive pullback, massive pullback. Same for platinum, and now we have the V shape, right? Same thing for silver. Same thing for gold. Okay, so the part that's interesting for me, which I've seen time and time again, but I just thought I'd do a video on this one, is simply this part here, right? So my strategy is, you see the V shape, the pullback, V shape, sideways movement, breakout, entry, and then you take the market up or down. Right, so for this particular trade, I did not trade this for a number of reasons. Right, it did not meet my checklist. Right, I have my checklist. It needs to have a V shape. Right, it doesn't have to be a pullback. Right, not like this. It could be going in one direction. Right, and it's just a reversal. Right, so we have the V shape here. Now this sideways movement I'm not too happy with, mainly because it's not really a sideways movement. You have the V shape here, 1, 2, 3 candles. Then I'm expecting a sideways movement, about maybe 3 candles, 3 extra candles, and then a breakout. But what we have is just 1 candle, then breakout. That didn't give me much confidence that the market is actually looking to continue to the upside, right? So that's one. Secondly, you have, if you see all of the pullbacks here, is very short. Compared to this one, you have from here all the way down to here. This tells me that the market wants to go bearish. Okay, so you can see this one engulf this pullback and engulf every pullback along this bullish move. Okay, so that tells me the market wants to be bullish, so there won't be any more it tells me the market wants to be bearish, and I'm not looking for bullish trades, right? So that's 2. Okay, then thirdly, this breakout here, the volume is not strong enough. Okay, the volume is not strong. There is a good enough volume in it, but it's not to the point where I say, yes, there's a lot of volume in this candle, right? There's a lot of volume in this trade that for me to say, let's take a buy trade. If there was more, a few more candles here, right? We're going sideways and the volume was high, my entry would have been here. Stop loss just behind this candle here. Doesn't always have to be behind this candle. You just have to play it by ear, because again, the market is not perfect, so you might get this candle. It might not be at this candle, basically. So I would have made an entry here and hoping for the market to continue. The first target would be at this level because of this pivot level here, right? that would be the first target. Okay, and that would be it. But because these parameters are not met, I stayed out of the trade, and it looks like I made a good decision. It's probably too early to tell on silver. It's too early to tell on silver because I'm looking at a 4-hour time frame, and it's only been just under 30 minutes. So it might just have a small pullback and then continue to the upside. We don't know, but who cares? It doesn't meet my strategy. This is for silver. Platinum is similar as well. Sorry, let's go back to silver. Silver on the hourly time frame, moving averages are in order. Moving average are in order in the 4-hour time frame. And on the daily, we have moving average are in order. So the moving average are in agreement that we're in a bullish trend, right? And that's the only thing that is that ticks my box, right? So out of 4 things, the V shape, the sideways movement, the size of the V shape, the size of the pullback, only one thing ticked my box that says it's going to continue bullish, and that's the moving average, right? So that's not enough for me. Same thing for platinum. Moving average looks bullish here, right? And then now we don't have agreement in the moving average. So platinum had a very strong pullback here. Excuse me. And then on the hourly, the moving average are not in order. And daily, the moving average is in order. So we don't have the moving average, the time frame agreement on the moving averages. So for me, that's a no-no. In addition to, this is the breakout. The volume is not high. We didn't have the proper sideways movement, right? And also this movement here, as you can see, is stronger than any other pullback that platinum had since November, right? Let's see this one here. See, it still doesn't even touch this one, right? So it is a massive pullback, and that tells me we're looking at a bullish move. A bearish move right now. You might have a range form here until the moving averages turn over to be bearish. Right, so same thing here. Massive pullback on gold. Right, it bounced off the 50 moving average. You don't have sideways movement. On gold, you do have the volume, which is high, but the massive pullback on that. So the volume is high. The moving averages, let's have a look at that, is not in order. So we don't have agreement in the moving averages on the 3 time frames, the hourly, the 4 hourly, on the daily. And then there is no sideways movement. So no moving average agreement. No sideways agreement. No sideways movement. You had a massive pullback here. So that tells me no, we need to wait and don't enter. It's not the right time to enter. All right. So for this particular trade, these are the reasons why I did not enter. Okay. Simple reasons. And it's not complicated. The strategy is definitely not complicated at all. All right. So I hope you like this one. Right. If you like it, please hit like. If you want more videos like this, then subscribe so the next time I put out a video, you'll be the first to get a notification on it. All right, peace, thanks. Okay, so I'm back. What, 8 hours later, right? So if you remember in the last video, we spoke about this huge candle. Huge move to the downside, which indicates to me that the market is looking to move to turn bearish, right, on gold. We did have V-shaped sideways movement and a continuation breakout, right, which is part of my strategy, right? However, again, excuse me, the breakout, the volume is low. And also, something very important that we always have to look at. We always have to consider what the daily is doing and what the hourly is doing. So if you remember in the previous video, I did say that because the moving averages are not in order, I wouldn't take the trade. That was on the hourly. The hourly, you had the crossover on the 50 and the 20. And I wouldn't take a trade because the moving average is not in order, right? Now you have normally part of my strategy is different tiers. This is one of the tiers where you have a huge move to the downside. Doesn't have to be a huge move to the downside or any side. It just have to be a huge move. It just have to be a move to the downside. But what we have here is a huge move to the downside, right? Then we have the V shape. Then we have some sideways movement, right? And then we have the breakout continuation. This tells me that the market wants to continue to the downside. And I've already put my take profit level here. My first level would be here. And yes, so my level would be here. Why did I put that level there? Now, the concept of the higher time frame levels are always stronger than the lower time frame levels. Okay, so what I do is I look for moving average agreement on all 3 time frames, right? I look for the sideways movement on the 4-hour time frame, and I look for the levels on the daily time frame. Cool. So on the daily, the day ended. Let's move you over here. The day ended like this. So now it's 10:30 in the evening. A new day is going to start at 11 o'clock. So they ended like this. Now, normally I would have taken this trade because it's a strong move to the downside. You have the V shape sideways and the continuation breakout. Perfect, right? But there are a number of things that does not meet the strategy, right? The one is the volume. 2 is that this pivot level here, it seems to be very significant. It seems to be a strong level where these candles struggled to get through. So as you can see here, there's a bounce, until it finally got through, but then it kind of got stuck at this point, right? Trying to push back down. Once it got over, it tried to push back down, but it couldn't, and then it bounced to the upside, right? So what we have here is a major candle here. This major candle, it broke through, but it closed above. This candle, because of this major candle, I was hoping that this candle would at least close below, but it didn't. As you can see, the bulls took it up and the bears brought it down. Would say to me that the bears are still in control, right? However, I didn't take the trade because of this level here. it failed to break and close below this level. If it had broken below this level, then I would have taken the trade. All right, so let's use that. Good. So as you can see, at this same level, the market, right, as you can see here, the market struggled to get through this level here multiple times. And here we had a bounce. The market came down, we had a bounce off of this level and took it back to the upside. So it tells me that this level is quite significant, and we have to wait a little bit longer for the market to give us a signal or close above or below this candle to let me know what it wants to do. Right now, I don't know what the market wants to do. Okay, it looks like it wants to go down, but this level is telling me maybe it wants to continue to the upside. Okay, but we just have to wait and see what happens. Because of what happened here, I am hoping that the next candle comes up and close here, right? And once it does close here, the market would then continue to the upside and make new highs. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping. If not, then it's not a problem. I would like to see perhaps some sideways movement here. Maybe break down, come up like this, and then a breakout below below this wick. If it breaks below this wick, my take profit level, again, the take profit level is there because of this pivot level. It will be my first level, okay, on the daily. However, this also could be my level, so I would be cautious in this area here, right? It is the 20-day moving average, so I would be cautious in this area. But I believe that if the market does want to come down, it's going to come down to this level, bounce, and then maybe make its way back up. Okay, so we shall see. We'll see how it goes. Again, comment if you like this video. Click like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Peace.